So now I'm going to explain the triangles of the neck. So this is the mandible, this is the mastoid, and this is the sternum, clavicle on each side, and here comes the scapula. Okay, I'll just write it down. This is the mandible, mastoid, and this is the sternum, and clavicle, and scapula. This is scapula as well. Okay. So now first we draw the sternocleidomastoid muscle. So sternocleidomastoid. So the sternum and mastoid. So the muscle starts from mastoid to the sternum. I mean, you're supposed to draw it in a brown pencil, but then using a normal graphite pencil. So this is the sternocleidomastoid muscle. It joins from mastoid to the sternum. Okay. So this is the anterior border of the sternocleidomastoid, and this is the posterior border of the sternocleidomastoid. And then next is the trapezius muscle. Trapezius muscle starts from mastoid and it ends in the scapula. Yeah. So this is the trapezius muscle. Oh, I forgot to tell you, this is the hyoid bone. Hyoid. This is the hyoid bone. Okay. Now we're gonna draw another muscle from the scapula to the hyoid. This muscle is called as omohyoid muscle. So from scapula to the posterior border of sternocleidoid, and from the anterior border to the hyoid. So this is the inferior belly of omohyoid, and this is the superior belly of omohyoid. Omohyoid. Omo is for scapula, hyoid is the hyoid bone. So it's omohyoid muscle. This is the posterior triangle of the neck, and it is divided into two parts by the inferior belly of omohyoid muscle. The upper part is called as occipital triangle, and the lower part is called as supraclavicular triangle for a reason, because it is present above the clavicle bone. So it's called as supraclavicular triangle, also called as subclavian triangle. And then, so this forms the posterior triangle of the neck. The anterior border is formed by the posterior border of sternocleidomastoid, and the posterior border of the posterior triangle is formed by anterior border of the trapezius, and base is formed by clavicle, and apex is formed by the mastoid. And next, coming to the anterior triangle. So from mastoid to the hyoid, and again to the mandible, this is the other part. Okay, this is called as anterior belly of digastric muscle. And this is the posterior belly of the digastric. Same on this side as well. This is the anterior belly, this is the posterior belly. And remember one thing, that there's this muscle called as stylohyoid muscle. It always accompanies the posterior belly of digastric. So this is called as stylohyoid muscle. It always accompanies the posterior belly of the digastric muscle. Here also, stylohyoid muscle. And then draw an imaginary line from hyoid bone to the sternum. Okay. So now this is the anterior triangle of the neck. This anterior triangle has 4 different triangles, 4 parts basically. This is the first part, this is the second part, this is the third one, and this is the fourth one. Okay, so the first part is called as submental triangle. The second part is called as digastric triangle because of the presence of digastric muscles. Digastric triangle. The third part is called as carotid triangle. And the fourth one, that is this one, is called as muscular triangle because of the presence of numerous muscles. Muscular triangle. So yeah, this is the posterior triangle of the neck, and this forms the anterior triangle of the neck. A better picture, there it is. If you can see, yeah, here it is. This is the submental triangle, this is the digastric triangle, this is like the front view of the neck. What I told you was like a part of it, like the right and left halves. I told you the left half of it. Now here it is, the whole part of the neck. So this is the submental, this is digastric, this is the carotid triangle, right side and left side, and this is the muscular triangle. Sorry, but here it is. Yeah, see, trapezius muscle, sternocleidomastoid muscle, inferior belly of omohyoid, superior belly of omohyoid. This is the hyoid bone, and this is posterior belly of digastric, and anterior belly of digastric. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this is the occipital part, supraclavicular part, and yeah, it's called as half segmental. Then carotid, this is the muscular triangle, and where's the other triangle? Digastric, yeah, here it is. Digastric, yeah, sorry, here it is. Digastric triangle. Thank you.